What if you could start taking control of your life in just 5 minutes a day?
There's a moment in your life where everything changes. A moment that feels like everything you've worked for, everything you've hoped for, has fallen apart. You feel like you've hit a dead end, like you're stuck in a cycle of disappointment. And the idea of getting out of this hole feels impossible. I've been there. I know that feeling. The kind where you lie awake at night, thinking, why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I catch a break? But here's what no one tells you that moment. It's not the end of your story. It's the beginning. When I was at my lowest, I felt like everything around me was falling apart. Relationships, opportunities, self-worth. I was losing it all. But in the midst of that storm, I discovered something. I discovered that the life I wanted wasn't lost. It was waiting for me to make a choice. And it could be the same for you. Jay Shetty once said, "The thing that you are running from is not as big as the thing that you are running towards." And right now, I know you're running from something: pain, regret, disappointment. But what if you stopped running? What if you turned around and started running toward the future that's still out there for you? The future you thought was lost. The future you're still capable of creating. You've been waiting, maybe for months, or even years, for your circumstances to change. Maybe you're waiting for a sign, for the stars to align, or for someone to come and pull you out of the darkness. But here's the truth. The sign is right here, right now. The power to change your life is in your hands. You don't have to be perfect to make a change. You don't need everything to be figured out. You just need to decide. Right now. In this very moment, you have the ability to choose a different path. I know it seems daunting. It's scary to think that you're in control when life has knocked you down so many times. But let me tell you something. Your past does not define your future. The mistakes, the heartbreaks, the setbacks, they don't dictate who you are or what you can become. There was a time when I thought I'd never move past my failures. I thought I was too far gone. But then I realized I had to start believing in something bigger than my circumstances. Jay Shetty says, "You can't change what's going on around you until you change what's going on within you." The truth is, no one can save you but you. And the moment you decide to change is the moment the universe will open up and give you what you've been waiting for. But here's the catch. You have to start now. You can't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. There's no right time. The only time you have is right now. Let me ask you this. What would happen if, instead of waiting for things to get better, you took control and created a better life for yourself? What if you could flip the script on your own story and start building the future you've always dreamed of, starting today? I'm not saying it will be easy. It won't be. The road ahead will have its challenges. You'll doubt yourself. You'll question if it's even possible. But every great journey begins with one step, one decision to start. And that's what today is all about. It's about making a choice to walk away from the past, a choice to walk toward the person you know you can be, the person you deserve to be. Because here's what I know. The life you've always wanted. It's not a fantasy. It's not a distant dream. It's waiting for you to believe that it's possible. I've been where you are, and I'm telling you, this is your time, your moment. Don't let it slip away. So here's what I want you to do. Take a second and think about the life you want. Not the life you think is possible, but the life you know you deserve. The relationships, the success, the peace of mind, the happiness. Hold on to that vision, because it's not just a dream. It's a future that starts with one simple action, your decision to move forward. But don't get lost in just the vision, because having a dream isn't enough. You need to back it up with something stronger. You need to believe in yourself, even when the world doesn't. And that's where we'll begin. This is the beginning. And it starts with a vision. But how do you build a life if you don't even know what it looks like? How do you start when everything feels so uncertain? That's what we're going to talk about next. Here's the truth. If you can't see it, you'll never achieve it. I know it sounds simple, but trust me, it's powerful. When I was at my lowest, the hardest thing was believing that there was something better waiting for me. It felt like I was stuck in a fog, unable to see beyond the pain, beyond the hurt, beyond everything that had gone wrong. I thought, how can I create a future when I can't even see past today? But the truth is, your vision is your blueprint for the life you want. If you don't have one, you'll wander through life with no direction, no purpose, no drive. And let me tell you, wandering will get you nowhere. Jay Shetty once said, clarity is the key to living a life of purpose. And that's exactly where it starts, clarity. You need to get clear on what you truly want, not what you think you should want, not what other people tell you to want, but what you desire deep down. This is the moment where you must reclaim your vision. You've been living in a world where circumstances and fears have dictated your choices. But now, you get to choose what your future looks like. And it starts with your vision. You see, vision is powerful because it creates momentum. When you know where you're going, every step you take feels more meaningful. When I didn't have a clear vision, I felt lost. I was like a car with no GPS, driving aimlessly. But when I created a vision, suddenly, my direction became clear. And guess what? Everything started to shift. This isn't just some fluffy concept. It's science. Studies show that people who have a clear vision of their future are more successful, happier, and more fulfilled. Why? Because a vision pulls you forward. It gives you something to strive for, something to look toward, when the present feels overwhelming. But here's where most people go wrong. They don't dream big enough. They settle for what they think is realistic. They allow their current circumstances to dictate what's possible. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. I want you to think about something. What if there were no limits? What if you could have the life you've always wanted? No matter how big or outrageous that dream may seem. Imagine that for a second. What if you could have the career, the relationships, the freedom, the peace, the joy, everything you've ever dreamed of? How would that change everything? How would it change the way you wake up in the morning? I want you to hold on to that thought, because here's the key. Nothing is too big for you. Your vision doesn't have to be small. It doesn't have to fit into the box that society has built for you. The life you want is possible, but only if you allow yourself to believe it. Jay Shetty reminds us, don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. And that's what I'm asking you to do right now. Challenge the limits you've set on your own potential. Don't let fear of failure stop you from dreaming big. Don't let doubts tell you that what you want is impossible. The world tells you that you should play it safe. It tells you that you're too old, too young, too inexperienced, too this, too that. But I want you to start ignoring those voices, because the only person who can tell you what's possible is you. I know, right now, it feels overwhelming. It feels like your dreams are so far out of reach that they might as well belong to someone else. But here's something that might surprise you: your dreams are only as far as your willingness to pursue them. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to know exactly how everything is going to unfold. You just need to know one thing: you are worthy of that vision. And the key to making that vision real is to write it down. Yes, write it down. There's power in putting your dreams on paper, in putting them out into the universe. When I wrote down my vision for the first time, it was like my mind opened up to a world of possibilities. I saw what was possible, and I started to believe in it. The act of writing down your vision does two things. It makes it real, and it holds you accountable. Because now, you're not just thinking about what you want, you're committing to it. You're saying, this is what I want, and I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen. So, what does your vision look like? Take a moment to think about it. What does your perfect life look like? The career, the relationships, the freedom, the happiness. Where are you living? Who are you surrounded by? How do you feel every day? Once you have a clear picture of your vision, it's time to make it a reality. But here's where most people stop. They think about what they want, but they don't take the next step. They don't take action. And without action, your vision is just a dream. That's why, the moment you're done with this video, I want you to take one small step toward that vision. It doesn't matter how big or small. Just take the first step. It could be researching the career you want, reaching out to a mentor, or even just writing down a plan of action. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to your vision becoming reality. But remember, your vision isn't just about what you want, it's about what you believe you can have. And if you believe in it, if you truly believe that you deserve it, there's nothing that can stop you. But having a vision isn't enough. It's not enough to just dream. You need to break free from the beliefs that are holding you back, the ones telling you that you can't, that it's too late, that you're not good enough. Once you conquer those, nothing will be able to stop you from turning that vision into your reality. You've got the vision. You've seen the life you want. But now, there's something standing in your way, something that's been holding you back, keeping you trapped in a cycle of doubt and fear. That's something. It's the beliefs you've accepted about yourself. I'm not talking about the beliefs others have told you, but the ones you've internalized, the ones you've carried with you for years. Beliefs like, I'm not good enough. I'm too old to start now. I'll never be successful. Or, I don't deserve it. These are the beliefs that keep you from going after what you want. They are the walls you've built around yourself. And the sad truth is most of them aren't even true. Let me explain. When I first started chasing my dreams, I had all these doubts. I thought I wasn't capable. I thought that people who were successful had something I didn't. I believed that I wasn't smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough. But here's the harsh reality. These beliefs were just stories I was telling myself. Jay Shetty said, "The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself." And when I realized that, it changed everything. I had been holding myself back with the very thoughts that were meant to protect me. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. But here's the thing, fear doesn't protect you. Fear keeps you stuck. It's a trap, and you have to break out of it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever told yourself you can't do something simply because you've never done it before? Or because someone told you that it was impossible? That's a limiting belief. And those beliefs, they don't serve you. They just hold you in place, preventing you from moving forward. I know it's hard to break free from them. These beliefs feel real. They feel like truth, like a part of who you are. But I want you to think about this. If you let every belief you've ever had about yourself define your future, where will you end up? Will you stay stuck forever, too afraid to try something new? Will you let those doubts prevent you from becoming who you're meant to be? The answer, of course, is no. You don't have to stay stuck. The key to breaking free is recognizing these beliefs for what they are: lies. They are stories you've allowed to define you. But once you recognize them, you can change them. Jay Shetty once said, "The greatest prison people live in is the fear of what other people think." And I get it. I've been there too. I used to care so much about what others thought of me that it paralyzed me. I let the fear of judgment control my decisions, keep me from taking chances, keep me from living the life I truly wanted. But here's the truth you need to hear. What other people think of you is none of your business. If you let the opinions of others dictate your life, you'll never move forward. You'll stay trapped in their expectations, their limitations. And that's not the life you want, is it? The life you want requires courage. It requires you to step outside your comfort zone and challenge the beliefs that have kept you safe, but also kept you small. This is where the real work begins, rewriting the story you've been telling yourself. Think about it. Every belief you hold about yourself is just a thought, and thoughts can change. I want you to take a moment and think about the beliefs that have held you back. What are the stories you've been telling yourself about why you can't achieve your dreams? Maybe you've told yourself, "I'm not smart enough," "I don't have the right skills," or "I'll never get a chance." I want you to challenge those beliefs. Ask yourself, is this really true? And then, what would happen if I didn't believe this anymore? You'll find that most of the time, the answer is nothing. Those beliefs are simply holding you back. And once you let go of them, you'll feel a weight lifted off your shoulders. The next step is to replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I am capable of anything I set my mind to." Instead of thinking, "I don't deserve success," replace it with, "I am worthy of achieving everything I want in life." I know this sounds like a big shift, but it's the only way to move forward. You have to reprogram your mind to believe in your potential, not your limitations. And here's the beauty of it. Once you start believing in yourself, the world around you starts to change. People start to notice. Opportunities start to open up. You begin to see yourself in a new light, one that's full of possibility and power. So here's your challenge. Right now, today, choose to let go of those limiting beliefs. Choose to believe that you are capable of more than you've ever imagined. The moment you do that, you unlock your true potential. And once you break free from those mental chains, there's nothing stopping you from turning your vision into reality. You've had the vision. You've confronted the limiting beliefs. Now, there's just one thing standing between you and the life you've dreamed of action. Let's be real. You can have the best plan, the clearest vision, and the most empowering beliefs, but none of it matters if you don't take action. I've seen so many people sit on the sidelines, waiting for the perfect time to start. They wait until they feel ready, until everything falls into place, until the conditions are just right. But here's the harsh truth. The perfect time never comes. Jay Shetty once said, "Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect." And that's exactly what you have to do. You can't afford to wait for the stars to align. You have to create your own alignment. The only thing standing between where you are now and the life you want is your willingness to take action. No matter how imperfect or small it may feel at first. I've been there, caught in the trap of waiting. I told myself, once I get this figured out, then I'll start. But guess what? That day never came. I waited for everything to be perfect, and all I got was regret. The truth is, if you're waiting for everything to line up, you'll be waiting forever. Life is unpredictable. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. But you don't have to wait for them to go away. You just have to start. Action doesn't have to be grand or monumental. It just has to be consistent. It's the small, everyday steps that add up over time to create massive change. It could be as simple as sending that email, making that phone call, signing up for that course, or waking up 30 minutes earlier to start working on your goals. Every small action you take puts you one step closer to the future you want. Every little effort compounds into something huge. I remember the first step I took when I decided to change my life. It wasn't anything special, just a small commitment to show up for myself every single day. At first, I didn't see any big results. But as time passed, I started to notice something. The more I took action, the more momentum I built. This is the power of compound action. When you start, it may feel slow, but eventually, the actions you take will snowball into incredible results. Let's talk about something important: fear. When you take action, fear will show up. It always does. You'll think, what if I fail? What if I make a mistake? That's natural. But here's the secret: fear is a sign that you're on the right track. Fear means you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Fear means you're growing. Jay Shetty said, "You'll never be ready until you get started." And that's the key right there. You'll never feel fully ready. You'll never have everything figured out. But you can't wait for that perfect moment. You have to start now, even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable. The only thing that matters is that you take that first step. Because once you start, things begin to shift. The universe responds. Opportunities start to show up. People start to notice. And suddenly, you're closer to the life you want than you ever thought possible. The reality is this: nothing will change if you don't change it. Your future doesn't begin tomorrow. It begins today with the action you take right now. So, here's my challenge to you. Take one step today. Just one. It doesn't have to be big, but it has to be real. What is that one thing you can do right now that will get you closer to your vision? Maybe it's writing down a to-do list. Maybe it's committing to wake up earlier tomorrow. Maybe it's picking up the phone and taking action toward a new opportunity. Whatever it is, take it. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward the person you're meant to be. And the more steps you take, the more unstoppable you become. But here's the thing: you can't wait anymore. The moment is now. The future you want won't happen by chance. It will happen because you made it happen. And it all starts with the decision to take action. So, what are you waiting for? This is your moment. Your future starts now. This is it. The moment you've been waiting for. You've seen the vision. You've broken free from the beliefs that were holding you back. And you've taken the steps toward action. Now, it's time to remember something. Your future, your life, it's in your hands. You are not defined by your past, your mistakes, or your setbacks. You are defined by the choices you make today. Jay Shetty said, "Your story is not over. It's just beginning." And that's the truth. No matter where you are now, no matter how impossible it feels, your story is still being written. It's still unfolding. And every decision you make from here on out can shape the life you've always dreamed of. It's time to stop waiting for things to happen. Stop waiting for someone to rescue you or for the perfect moment to arrive. The moment is now. Your future begins today. So, what are you going to do with it? The life you want, the life you deserve, is waiting for you. But it's only going to happen if you take the first step now. Will you take it? The power is in your hands. Don't wait another day to start creating the life you were meant for. The world is waiting for you to show up. Will you answer the call?